Another quick update after the one that went out about 3 hours ago. I told you guys to stay tuned, and the Mariners did not disappoint. Rumor was that they'd be pretty active. Even today, after making the trade for Randy Arozarena, the Mariners have another trade on their hands. You can tell that the passage of time is happening because I got a haircut and I still love hummingbirds. The Mariners have acquired a leverage reliever, and they gave up, I'd say, a pretty reasonable package. Jacob Sharp, a minor league catcher in Modesto, 22 years of age, drafted last year in the 17th round of the 2023 MLB draft. He's currently hitting 255, 339 with a 774 OPS. Organizational depth. He's a catcher that, for whatever reason, the Toronto Blue Jays thought, yeah, him and Jonatan Clase will be enough to get it done here. But Clase, center field, corner, it's just an outfielder, right? It's got plus speed. We know the tail of the tape on Jonatan Clase. Pretty major league ready, has a ton of speed. The defense isn't great, but like the speed makes up for it. The hit tool, it was doing all right in Tacoma. In the bigs, he's batting 195. Sure, he's only in 40 at-bats. Maybe he didn't get enough run in Seattle, but he's going to have plenty of time to do that in Toronto because the Mariners acquired Yimi Garcia. Leverage reliever. Definitely leverage reliever. Has been the closer, I'd say, standing in for Jordan Romano in his absence. If this was qualified, this would all look really, really great. Barrel percentage, not great. Ground ball percentage, not great. And then the extension, like, doesn't matter. All right, dude is a dude. Garcia is kind of unusual as far as pitch arsenal is concerned, though. It's a little bit different as far as just like, I guess, like a reliever. 33% four seam, 20% curveball, 19% sinker, 14.6% sweeper, 8% changeup, 3% slider. Realistically, I mean, he's probably just going to turn into like fastball, curveball, sinker, maybe fastball, curveball, sweeper. Like, I don't know. Dude throws the ball pretty hard. 96, I apologize. 96 on the fastball velo there. It'll play. And the Mariners definitely know how to get the most out of the reliever core that they have developed over the last 3-4 years. Add Garcia into that pile, you're good to go. Pertaining to the money that Garcia will be owed, he's a free agent at the end of the year. He's 33. He had a vesting option with the Blue Jays that occurred, so he's getting paid $6 million this year. So we'll have to be on the hook for about 3 of it. But this is a rental. Jonatan Clase, Jacob Sharp for a rental high leverage reliever. This is the type of trade that teams that are going for it make, but there's obviously still room for other things to happen. I'm not upset at the cost. Hunter Harvey, who probably had a little bit more, had control involved in why his price was higher, went for a ton more compared to what the Mariners just gave up for Yimi Garcia. It's probably got a lot to do with the fact that he's a rental. So hopefully we get a really great 3 months out of Garcia. On a night where maybe Santos isn't available, obviously he's your second guy. He is feeding the ball to Munoz, hopefully, or he is locking down the ninth if, say, the pocket of batters that Munoz needs to face was in the 8th. But in a situation where your starter goes 6 innings, I'd say give Garcia the 7th, Santos the 8th, Munoz the 9th. But any combination of those 3, you will feel very, very confident about. With Stanek's slight bit of regression in the last 2 weeks or so, Garcia is a very, very sound replacement. I just wanted to take a look here. This is bases occupied, okay? I can't really see it a ton, but I will read it out fully. Let me just do something really quick. Let me adjust that so that's more on your screen. There we go. Look at that, on the fly. With runners in scoring position, he's had 25 at-bats. Batters are batting 120, 214 with a 160 slugging, a 374 OPS with runners on scoring position. With runners in scoring position against Yimi Garcia. There's a lot of scenarios here, but looking at runners in scoring position, I'd say is a pretty good barometer of success as far as a reliever is concerned. Seems like he's pitching pretty well in those situations. On the year, he does have a 151 ERA+. He's pitched in 29 games and thrown 30 innings to a 2.70 ERA. He struck out 42 batters over 30 innings, so pretty solid there. Has had good success, I'd say, largely across the majority of his career. 2018 with the Dodgers, not great. 2021 with Houston, not great. The last 2-3 years with Toronto, he's done well for himself. And the Mariners definitely needed to add to the bullpen. This is a very solid move by them. He's only pitched in 29 games. He did just come back from the injured list, went on the IL back in June for some elbow soreness, was most recently activated just like a week ago, roughly a week ago. July 19th, he was activated off the 15-day injured list. That's why his innings are kind of low this year. Are we getting a pretty fresh arm in that regard? A guy that hasn't been overly taxed so far? Maybe that's an added bonus onto this Yimi Garcia trade, but adding on to a bullpen that consists of Andres Munoz will eventually have Gregory Santos at full capacity. Stanek, I've mentioned, hasn't looked super sharp, but in a less impactful role. He could be better. That's where Yimi Garcia comes in clutch. Yimi Garcia, welcome to the Seattle Mariners. Welcome to the back end of the bullpen. Let's get it going. Mariners are all in, baby. Appreciate you guys watching. Second video of the day. Maybe we'll make a third. Who knows? But when stuff happens, you'll know.